Welcome to Dallas, Javonte Williams. He was the starter for the Denver Broncos the last 2 years for a good portion of their game. Now, a lot of us have question marks on whether or not he can be that guy in Dallas that can get us over the top. And Bryan Broaddus did us a favor and talked to Sean Payton about why he moved on from Javonte Williams and what are some of the things that he could bring to this team. Now, we're going to listen to those comments and we're going to be able to digest it and figure out how he fits in with this team and where he can help us. Appreciate you all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get it, y'all. Let's get this run game great again.
You mentioned our buddy out in Denver. Yeah. I had a chance to talk to Sean Payton.
Oh, yeah. Well, I ain't talked to Sean Payton. I don't have his numbers. I talked to the equipment guy.
I had a chance to talk to Sean Payton. Mm-hmm. And actually today, because I was curious about Williams. Yeah. You know, I was thinking, gosh, Sean just moved on from this guy. Is he something going on there? And I said, Coach, we're in a situation here in Dallas where we got Williams, and is he done? Is he as a runner? Is he done? He's saying, no, Brian, I don't think so. He goes, he's going to be 2 years removed from the surgery. He goes, but let me tell you what he can do for you. He's really good on third down. Mm-hmm. He catches the ball and he blocks his ass off. He goes, now the running part of it, something you're probably going to have to work with a little bit, but he's now 2 years removed. It takes guys a little longer. So the encouraging thing that I thought of when Coach said that was that the third down and the blocking. And that's something that you and I on our show here on the Doin Alright have talked about. Hey, how is this guy going to be a part of this team? What is he going to do to be a part of this team? Mm-hmm. He's going to block his ass off in blitz pickup, and he's going to catch the football. Now, we'll see if the running stuff comes back to him. Mm-hmm. Sean Payton's like, come on, just give him. He goes, hey, I had to kind of move on, but give him, he can do some things.
Yo, first and foremost, shout out to Votch and Bryan for Crown Media and that announcement that they made. I don't know if it was last week, but that's major for creators like myself, man. And when I watch Votch and the type of friends that we are, as far as, we met each other through the content creator space. We met in person. I text him every now and then, and I really respect him and respect his work. I'm really proud of the things that they have been able to accomplish together. Bryan, I grew up in this content space, really listening to him on the break. So I respect him, respect his work as a scout. So whenever you see me clip these guys, it's going to always be of respect, and it's going to be something that is very interesting or an interesting topic. And I think that it couldn't have come at a better time, because Lou Takes and myself, about a little bit, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we talked about Javonte Williams in this scheme, right? And a lot of it was what Bryan said. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to go to that clip later, but I'm going to talk about what was interesting first, right? I thought that it was interesting that Bryan even asked the question, because, again, this is the second time where I'm like, Bryan done done us a favor, and he didn't ask the question where we've had question marks, and he's had an opportunity to really go and do some digging for us. So if you aren't looking at that podcast, I didn't even know that podcast had a name. I just looked at it as Voch and Bryan. But they're doing all right. Yeah, make sure you guys go check that out. If you haven't, you've been doing yourself a big disservice. So we're going to go to my clip. It might be less than favoring, but it said a lot of some of the things that Sean Payton said to Votch. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean Payton said to Bryan, who related to Votch on their network, for you guys to check it out. So let's listen to my clip. This is what Jaden Blue is. He's a scat back. And I know that a lot of people are looking and they're saying, we got backs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Deuce Vaughn, scat back. You know what I'm saying? Deuce Vaughn is a scat back. Javonte Williams, low key, damn near might be a scat back. A lot of people think he a power back. We watched film the other day, and he runs hard. Just because you run hard don't mean you're not a scat back.
Mm-hmm.
But volume and how Denver used him tells me scat back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where we have to get at. Like guys that can get out with screens. You know, you run draws. You know, you might do outside zones. You're really the change up. You know what I'm saying? With speed, you might be a little quicker. You might be better out in space. You might be better in the passing game. I mean, scat back, we have that right now. I think we have I mean, he hasn't played it down yet, but with his traits and the things that he can do, also a fifth rounder, I think he could be an elite scat back in this league. But if you ask him to go in there and try to do workhorse things as a scat back, you're going to be in a situation where we're going to be looking for a running back like we was looking for a linebacker a couple years ago. I told y'all, sometimes I could be brutally honest, and when I'm brutally honest, you're going to get, and it's going to sound like that. Like it didn't sound how when Brian related to y'all from Sean Payton, it didn't sound the same, but you hear about he can catch the football, he can block for your quarterback. On third downs, he can do some things. Like I want you guys to, and I'm going to play it back so you guys can hear it again. But all of those traits that Sean Payton named are scat back traits. Now, I was talking about how right now, particularly on our team, we have a lot of scat back quality type guys that a lot of you all believe are your every down back, or they're going to be the guy that's going to go in and be the tough guy, or they're going to be this for Jaden Blue. And we're going to listen to Brian again, and then I'm going to conclude this video.
Down. Mm-hmm. He catches the ball and he blocks his ass off. He goes, now the running part of it, you know, something you're probably going to have to work with a little bit. But he's now 2 years removed. It takes guys.
And so it's like, all right, so why are you bringing this up now, DMV? Why are you the bearer of bad news? It's not the bearer of bad news, right? So it's all about the expectations we set and not falling for the same mind traps that we do every time, right? It's all about the expectations. Sometimes we'll be like, this person's going to be that. They're going to be that. Oh, we in trouble now. Everybody in trouble now. And then y'all end up hating the player later. And it's not fair to the player. It's not fair to us as fans when we go in there with wrong expectations that may have been set by some manipulation tactics to sell you on something. People will sell you on BS. And quite frankly, it's a sales tactic that a lot of people do. There's a problem. We solved it. Here it is. But they ain't telling you that it's not necessarily the solution that you're quite looking for. Might be a little bit of what you need, but not everything, right? So I just want to set the expectation that Denver saw some things out of him. They used him a certain way, and it wasn't the same way that Dallas particularly needs all the way. You know what I'm saying? There are some qualities that we need from him, but I don't want y'all to set the expectation that this guy's going to come in here 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. You know, he's going to be a good player for us. That's the expectation that I want to set. He has some traits that can really help us right now. That's the expectation we got to set for our guys coming in here. Javonte Williams definitely can help us, can definitely help this roster, and can be a really good player for us. But we got to allow him, and we got to allow the process to play the way that it's got to play out. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We out. Peace.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.